Hello everybody and welcome to RETRO-MELLO. Hello Harry.
Hello Lennart. What are you up for now?
I'm up for traveling back in time.
Wow. How do you do that?
Because we do like the old stuff.
Yeah.
And we like to look at old things and talk about old things and judge old things.
Not only the contemporary.
No, and we've been talking about Eurovision and we talk about Melodi Festival here in Sweden.
Yeah.
But now we're going to broaden our horizons and look abroad.
You mean all the way to Norway?
All the way to Norway this year. We're going to start looking at old national finals from old finals from other places. So, but first we need to remind people to do something, Harry.
We would like them to like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, and in the comments, if you remember that in your country you had an exciting national finals that you want us to look at and talk about, let us know.
Yeah, it could be from all of Europe.
It could be from all of Europe.
Yeah.
But today we decided that we're going to Norway, our next door neighbor, and we're going to travel back 44 years in time to 1981.
Wow.
When was it, Harry?
It was in Oslo, NRK Studio 2.
Yes. And the jury was in the Studio 4.
Yeah.
They were separated from the artists.
Yeah, and it was 7th of March, 81.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the host was Sverrik Kjellsberg, known for competing in Norway in 1980 with Sami Ednan with Mattis Heta, a legendary song.
Yeah.
We never forget that.
No.
Bringing in the Sami culture to Eurovision.
It was very nice. I liked it.
And I think it did fairly okay, I think. I
think so.
I don't remember.
It was very good anyway. And this year, 81, there were 2 10 songs numbered A to J just for some reason.
I have watched Norwegian national finals before because I'm crazy.
Yeah.
And they have this idea of numbering the songs from A to J.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Or A to Jod, as they say in Norway. I don't know why they did that. I don't know when they started to number the song from 1 to 10 or whatever. But for a long time, they used letters instead of numbers.
That's strange.
Maybe they wanted to stick out. I don't know why. But we flip, flop, and plop all the songs. And, looking back at things that are 44 years old, it's very hard. But we try to... Well, what I think is... Has this song stood the test of time? Yeah,
that would be nice to know.
Yes. So... If we both flip the song, it's a flip. If we both flop the song, it's a flop. And what happens if we disagree, Harry?
Well, God forbid, it's a plop.
It's a plop.
Yeah.
So let's start with song number A.
Okay.
Song number A comes from the artist Alex, or Alex Now Mix Sunday, and she sings the song "Rock and Rollers."
Yeah.
Alex was a very famous person in Norway.
Yeah.
She was born in Lithuania to Polish parents.
Yeah.
She had an illustrious career.
Wow. Oh.
What about this song, Harry? Do you have any thoughts about it?
Well, yes, I have actually. It's a rock song, contemporary for its time, and it's still quite listenable, I think. I think it's a good effort for trying to be modern. So, well, I'll give it today a weak flip anyway.
No, I think it's a flop. So it's a flop.
Okay,
I've written down no golden shoes but golden pants.
Yeah. And they were pretty.
It's very rock and rolly, but it's not my cup of tea. It feels like it's very rock and rolly, but on the other hand, it feels a bit amateurish. But maybe that's the poor sound quality that we get from all these old broadcasts as well.
Yeah.
But in today's eyes, the refrain is poor, but at least she's having fun, and that's worth something. But so it's a weak flop for me.
Yeah, it's a weak flip for me. But in this competition this year, it must be a weak flip.
Yes,
because there are so much worse.
Well, let's see what we think about song number B.
Okay. Yeah.
Av all prins så talentfull, et vidunderbarn med charm. Jeg skulle ut, for der lå en hel verden som jeg skulle ta med storm. Så løy meg hjem og vis meg frem. Tror du der?
And song number B is with the group Unit 5 singing the song Lay Me Hjem, which means in English, take me home.
Take me home. I'm never going to get used to calling the songs with letters instead of numbers.
No, I don't either. Yeah, sorry. It's number 2.
Yeah, in my world it is.
But, you know, this band Unit 5 is from Hammerfest in Norway.
That's really far up north.
I think so, yeah. And the band, known for their folk rock style, has a rich history of producing music that speaks to the soul, they say.
Oh,
yeah.
Does this song speak to my soul, do you think?
What do you think, Quest?
It does not.
No.
Okay, beautiful but dull, I've written down. Because I didn't want to use the word boring, because I used that too much. And in 2025, this is what we would call jury bait. This is a ballad. This is songs, but this is this kind of song I rarely like. I'm not a big ballad person, but sometimes the ballads are good. But this one is so anonymous and just dull. So it's a flop.
Yeah, it's a flop for me too. And even if they came second, I think...
Which is so remarkable.
Yeah, it's very strange. And you don't like the word boring. Let's hear. It's a ballad, quite boring and uninteresting.
Yes.
It's a little bit, or maybe very much pretentious.
Yes, pretentious.
At least, so it's a clear flop.
What comes after number 2?
Number C.
Number C. Song number 3 comes from Dolly, and they sing 1984 or 1984.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's... I haven't studied the lyrics, but maybe it's the... What's his name? The book, 1984.
George Orwell.
George Orwell, yes. I suppose that it is.
Yeah, I think it's
really... Eurythmics did a much better song called 1984. Never mind. This is the group Dolly. Ingrid Björnöv and Benedict Adrian. They will come back to Eurovision or MGP, and in 1984 they will compete with a really good song called Länge leve livet that I really like. They have very interesting headbands on when they sing. And this is comparing this to the song in 1984. This is miles apart. This is like 70s meets 1980. Giving crazy vibes. I don't get this. But what do you think about the song, Harry?
Well, I must be frank. It's a rather messy song and melody. I don't like it, so it's a clear flop.
It's a flop for me too. No. It's a flop for me too. But the Dolly, or Dolly Deluxe as they were called later, they have had a super long career. They did a musical and all that stuff. So good job, girls.
And they came 6th in this competition.
Yes.
In 1981.
Yes, but this was just the start. Okay, let's move on to song number D, as in David.
Okay. Song number D, or number 4, is with Berit Nyheim singing rock and roll.
Oh, it's the second rock and roll song.
Yeah. And you know, the singer Berit has been a staple in the Norwegian music industry, and her career spans several decades with numerous hits and reputation for her strong abilities. But actually, what do you like her current song here, 1981?
The current song that's 44 years old.
Yeah.
This one wound up in 10th and last place.
Yeah.
Let's mention that. I think it deserved better. And I compare it to the Rock and Roller song by Alex. I think this is the better song with the same title. So it's it's very weak, but it's a very weak flip.
Yeah.
I just find it charming.
Okay. Well, I don't find it charming. It's a flop.
Yeah.
It's a Norwegian rock and roll song. Nothing to enjoy here. Sorry. So, okay, it's a flop.
It's another flop.
Yeah.
But, these old songs are so hard to...
Yeah.
Because I try to think back, how would I react to this in 1981?
Yeah.
But that's mission impossible.
It is, and I feel very negative when I hear this year because I want to be more positive.
I do too. I want to find the hidden gems.
Yeah, but it's impossible.
Okay, let's see if song number E is a hidden gem.
Ikke se på meg, la meg se på deg. Livet kort, vi lever kun en gang. Lever kun en gang.
Song number E comes from Inger-Lise Rypdal, and she sings the song Tanker, which means thoughts.
Yeah.
Inger-Lise Rypdal is a legendary vocalist, actor, and writer in Norway. She's competed in Norsk Melodi Grand Prix 13 times.
Wow.
She's like one of those artists that have competed so many times. We have them in Sweden as well. The artists that come back and back and back. But I've never heard of her. I'm sorry to say, never heard of her. But that's just because she probably hasn't made much impact across the board in Sweden. Like some artists, like Wenche Myhre, for instance. She's very famous in both Sweden and Denmark, in Norway. This song, however, what can I say? Well, Harry, what do you think about it?
Well, first, you know what I think. I thought first it was a death mask. And question mark.
I know.
I did almost not survive this song because it was so boring and pretentious. So, sorry, it's a clear flop.
It's a flop for me too. And this is, I've written down 3 never-ending minutes. I also written down Nocturne's older bad sister. Because it has the same vibes as Nocturne in a way, but it's much worse. It's terrible.
It's very, very
this
bad.
This is a forgotten song. I'm sure that Inger-Lise can sing fantastic, and she has... if we look at other Norwegian MGPs, we will find something good from her. But this is not it.
No, and she ended as third.
Oh my
God.
God.
I accused the jury.
The jury has a lot to
answer for. And I would like a televote here.
Maybe we should call up Anita Skolgan and ask her what she did 44 years ago. Put her against the wall, because she's part of the jury.
Yes, I know.
Okay, we're going on to song number F.
Yeah. And song number F is with Egil Berg, a well-known singer in Norway, singing Lorelei. And Egil has a very long career in music, including numerous hits and collaborations with other artists.
Yes, he's one of those famous persons that aren't famous here. I never heard of him.
No.
But
anyway, what do you like his song this year?
Well, at least it's happy and cheerful. But he does sit behind the piano and sing, and that makes it... and it is a bit repetitive. It just never... It never gets its claws in me. It doesn't... I feel like it's going somewhere where it never goes. So it's a flop.
It is a flop.
Yes, it is a flop.
Well, I was surprised because it came 7th.
Yes.
And
No, it came ninth.
It came ninth. Yes, Egil. But I think at least he has a melody compared with the former song with Inger Lise Rutdahl, and it's a weak flip.
Yeah, if you compare it to Inger, the Rutdahl song, it's much better, but it's still not good enough for me.
Okay, it's a plop.
It's a plop, and we move on to G.
Se hvor våpen og vanvidd sprer seg i landet. Gift sopp, skya kan bre seg tungt over vannet. Her ser en far som holder unge inntil seg. Han har fått liv til oss, og han er like redd som
So song number 7, or as the Norwegians call it, G, is Halvdan Sivertsen singing Liv Lagan, which sort of is Life Goes On, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's a very famous artist. He was elected into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, or Rockheim Hall of Fame in 2020. And he's got an Order of St. Olaf. And he's been very famous. But what do you think about the song, Harry?
Well, I think it's a song without a clear melody, and the singer, maybe he's very famous in Norway, but he's not very good at his work, at least here. So it's a clear flop.
Oh, it's a flip. Oh. I like this.
Okay.
His voice is charming, and I can't help being liking this. It gives me a musical number feeling. And it's a bit... I just don't dislike it. It's not the strongest flip in my life, but it's still a flip. I think it deserved better than the 7th place it got. But that's just my opinion. What comes after number G, Harry?
H.
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 H and 8.
Song number 8, or H, is with the group Darlings. 4 girls or women singing the song Live Again. Born Again. Fött på ny.
Born Again.
Yeah, Born Again.
I think.
And the band's history includes numerous performances and a loyal fan base, but they are not very famous, I think.
Well, at least not here.
No.
I can't speak, and I couldn't find a lot of information online about them either. So maybe they had a separate career. I don't know.
I think so too. But what we like to sing a song?
I don't. It's a flop.
Yeah.
But it's a song without a refrain. It's jazzy.
Yeah.
And they're singing chorus, these girls, and they look kind of bored. At least some of them. They look like they're just standing. But that's true for all the songs in 1981. Staging was not a thing.
No.
And it's never ending. But it gives like jazzy vibes that in another context could be better. But in this context, it's a flop.
Okay, it's a flop for me too. And this is a song that in this competition is a little bit better than it would be otherwise. But it's a flop anyway.
Let's move on to what comes after Age.
9.
I 9.
Okay.
So song number 9, or I, as they say in Norway, comes from Tramteatret, and they sing "Det är vår tur nu." No, it's our turn now.
Yeah.
Tramteatret was a political radical theater group that were active in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
When I heard this reminded me of what we have in Sweden here called Nationalteatern.
Yeah.
I get the same vibes. Very political, very left-wing, very fighting, and it's our turn now. What do you have to say about the song, Harry?
Well, I must say it's a song with feeling, and they sing about superpowers with passion.
And they don't sing about the same superpowers as Marvel.
No.
They sing about the Soviet Union and the United States.
Yeah, I think
because that was what was on the plate.
Maybe it was Brezhnev and Reagan or something. I don't know.
Probably. Yeah.
And I like their commitment and their charm, so I must give it a flip.
It's a flip for me too, and it's political, as we said. I love this. It's charming, and it's just so contemporary.
Yeah.
It brings you back feelings from the olden days.
Yeah.
And I can't help to be charmed by this. Just as I'm charmed when I hear Nationalteatern here in Sweden.
Yeah.
We're moving on to the last song, and that's song number J or J.
Or 10.
Or 10.
Aldrig i livet har jeg tenkt på å reise ifra deg. Aldri i livet, min venn, før jeg slår følge med vinden. Aldri i livet har jeg tenkt på å reise ifra deg. Aldri i livet, min venn, før jeg slår følge med vinden.
And then we have number 10 or J.
Or Jolt.
Jolt, as they say in Norway.
Yes.
And it was the singer Finn Kalvik.
Yes.
And he sings the song Aldrig i livet, which means never in my life.
Never, ever, ever in my life.
Yeah. And Finn, his career spans several decades with numerous hits and a reputation for his poetic lyrics and melodic tunes. And his contribution to Norwegian music have been profound.
Yes.
And his victory he won this time, 1981, was a highlight of his illustrious career.
Yeah. Of course he wins. This is the winning song.
Yeah.
Want to know what I think about it, Harry?
Yeah,
because I know I think we disagree.
Yeah.
This is a flip for me.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think in general in the Eurovision community, this is kind of hated or looked down upon. But I don't know why, but I find this very charming. The host here, what was his name? Sverre. Because this song was arranged by Benny Andersson and Rutger Gunnarsson. Benny Andersson is famous for ABBA, and Rutger Gunnarsson is a famous Swedish musician. And he says, "Oh, are you going to turn Swedish now?" And well, let's hope it's what the song says. Never in my life.
Yeah.
So they make it a bit of a jab against us.
They were nasty.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we can take it, and we sometimes deserve it. I think I just find this song charming. What do you think about it, Harry?
I used to love ballads, but not this. This is meaningless and a bit annoying because it is so monotonous.
And it is a bit simple. I can give you that.
So I have never liked it. So, it's a flop.
It's a flop. Let's talk about how it did in Eurovision.
Yeah.
Okay, Harry, so how did this do in Eurovision, Harry?
Well, I'm sorry to say, not so very well.
No.
Your favorite 0 points.
0 points. And this is the third time Norway got 0 points in this combination. Do you think it deserved some points at least, Harry?
Not according to me.
I think it did. It was never a contender for the win, but I think at least it deserved a few points.
Okay, 1 point from Mongolia. Okay.
It didn't even get any points from Sweden, and we always give Norway points, and they always give us points. That's our deal. But what would happen in 1980?
And it was even Benny Andersson who wrote the song.
Yeah. That probably didn't go through to the Swedish juries.
No.
I don't know. it did become a bit of a hit in Norway.
Yeah.
It got to number 3 in the charts, and it stayed there for I think 7 weeks.
8 weeks.
8 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes. And it. Yeah. So it's. I think it's remembered. I don't think it's a super bad song. I think it deserved better than it got. What do you think, Harry?
No, it deserved every shit it got.
Okay, we disagree.
Yeah.
Well, that was Melodi Grand Prix 1981 in Norway.
Yeah.
Would you have anything to add, Harry?
No, I'm very happy to do this national finals.
I'm very happy to do it too. I don't know if anybody wants to listen to this,
No.
but we don't care.
No, but we have some in becoming soon again. More of this.
More of this, and if, as I said, if you have any tips on what year, what country, what thing you want us to talk about, go ahead and tell us.
Yes, I promise we will do our best.
We have so much fun doing this. Okay, thank you for listening, and we'll see you all again really soon.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.